Welcome to Brainish English Stories.
Con woke up and rubbed her sleepy blue eyes. Felt like the world was ending. There was so much noise around her. What was happening? Had everyone gone crazy? Then she remembered. It was the 4th of July. The loudest sound must be Jack's pistol. He had saved money all winter and summer to buy it. The other noises were torpedoes and firecrackers. Their old dog Hero was barking at them. No wonder. Any dog would bark at such noise. Just then, Jack called from the yard. Con! Con! Her full name was Constantia Richmond, but it was too long. Everyone called her Con. She pushed back her soft, golden curls and put a small shawl over her shoulders. Then she looked out the window. She was a pretty girl, small and delicate. Below her stood Jack, looking up. His face was still boyish but almost grown up. If he were her brother, she might have scolded him. Con loved her morning sleep, and all the noise had disturbed her. But Jack was only her cousin, a second cousin. That was different. She spoke in a playful voice. What is it? Do you need help? But I don't want to make more noise. This is terrible. She covered her ears with her hands. Jack laughed. He didn't think of her as a pretty girl, just Cousin Con. What? You don't like noise on the 4th of July? Then you don't deserve a country, he teased. I wish I didn't have one, Con said, annoyed. Jack grinned. Are you dressed? No. Well, hurry up. I leave in half an hour with the Brighton Blues. I want to show you my pistol first. This was special. A girl was rarely invited to see a boy's new pistol. Con dressed quickly. What should she wear? Her white dress with ruffles and a blue sash was for the afternoon. But maybe she could wear it now. Jack might not be here later. She put it on, fastened the buttons, and looked in the mirror. Her fair skin, violet eyes, and wavy hair looked lovely. She liked what she saw. She ran outside. Jack whistled. Wow! Wearing your best dress this early? What will Mother Sarah say? Con blushed. I'll be careful. I wanted to look nice for the pistol. Jack was pleased. He showed her the pistol proudly. Con admired it. Then came breakfast and soon the Brighton Blues, boys in blue uniforms, marched away to Boston. Jack was excited. He thought he and his pistol were the most important part of the day. Bang, wang, wang goes the drum, tootle to tootle the fife, he sang as he left. Jack called back from the gate. It's too bad you have no fun, Con, but don't worry. I'll bring you something. Then he marched away with the other boys in the bright morning sun, following their band. Con watched them go. Her violet eyes were full of longing. Her cheeks turned pink, then pale again. She wished she could go too. She picked some red roses and went inside. She tried to sew but soon stopped. Who wants to work on a holiday? She picked up her new book, but it felt boring compared to all the excitement outside. I wish I were a boy, she thought. Then I could march too. An idea came to her. Could she go to Boston and see the boys there? She had been to the city many times with her aunt and uncle, walking through quiet streets. She thought she could do the same today. She checked her purse. She didn't have much money, but enough to take a ride if she got tired. She asked Aunt Sarah's servant to keep her secret for a while, then tell her aunt she had gone to Boston to see Jack March. The servant, a kind but simple woman, agreed. Con even gave her a small blue ribbon as a gift. So, Con started her journey. But unlike the boys, she had no band and no friends to march with. Only her thoughts kept her company. She walked bravely. Many other people were also going to Boston. Felt like the whole world was heading there. The excitement helped her walk far, across the mill dam, until she reached Beacon Street. But now her head ached badly. Everything spun around her. She could not turn back, and she was too tired to walk much farther. She saw a kind-looking servant girl on the steps of a house. Gathering her courage, she asked about the Brighton Blues. The girl did not know but said the soldiers had already passed or would come soon. She kindly offered Con a seat. Con sat down. The world spun faster. Then, everything went dark. When she woke up, she was in a cool basement with a wet cloth on her head. She had fainted. The kind girl gave her food. But Con had only one thought. She must see Jack. Finally, in the afternoon, she saw him marching. Without thinking, she cried, "Oh, Jack, Jack!" Jack heard. He ran to her. "Con, what are you doing here?" he asked. "I just wanted to see you," she whispered. "And I'm so tired." A woman nearby scolded Jack. "Take care of her. She fainted." Suddenly, Jack understood. Con was the most important person in the world to him. He helped her into an omnibus. By evening, she was home. His mother was too happy to scold, just glad to have Con back. 6 years passed. On July 1st, 1862, in the Battle of Malvern Hill, Jack, now a real soldier, not a boy, was wounded. The next day, news of his injury reached his home in Brighton. Con was now 20 years old, a young woman full of kindness and strength. She was Aunt Sarah's biggest help and comfort. When they heard the news, Jack's mother cried helplessly. But Con did not cry. "Aunt Sarah," she said, "I am going to find Jack." That same day, she left to find him. It was the 4th of July when she reached the hospital where Jack was staying. Her heart trembled as she asked about him. The answer made her feel better. Jack was hurt, but his life was not in danger. Before she went inside, Con put on a fresh white dress. She remembered, would Jack remember too? The 4th of July 6 years ago, when she had come to find him. As she walked down the street, she saw a boy selling flowers. Even during war, flowers still bloomed, and birds still sang. She bought a bunch of red roses and pinned them to her dress, just like before. The sun was setting when she entered the hospital. Its golden light shone on her hair, making it look like a halo. She walked past many beds. searching. Then, suddenly, she heard her name. "Oh, Con, Con." She turned and saw Jack. His voice was weak, but his eyes were bright. She ran to him, kneeling beside his bed. "I was waiting for you, Con," Jack whispered. "I knew you would come. I dreamed of seeing you just like that day long ago, all in white with red roses. My one love in all the world." Con's pale face turned red with happiness. No one had ever spoken to her like that before. She did not answer at first, so Jack held her close and said, "Tell me, Con, say you are mine, no matter what happens. You would not have come if you didn't feel the same. Tell me you are my Con." And Con did tell him. 2 years later, they were married. Last night, Jack gave his old pistol, the same one from that first 4th of July, to their 10-year-old son, little Jack Richmond. Pretty Mother Con, still as lovely as ever, said gently, "Oh, Jack, isn't he too young for that?" Father Jack laughed, lifting their little daughter onto his knee. "Nonsense, sweetheart," he said. "He is a soldier's boy. A little practice won't hurt him." But on the next 4th of July, their house would be very, very noisy.